So good morning and thanks a million for joining me in the mat again this morning, day 4 of our 12 days of yoga Christmas. I promised after yesterday we were quite lazy. Well, I was quite lazy. It's very mat driven, so we're going to get a little bit more flowy this morning for our 15 minutes. So if you want to come right into any comfortable seat, so I'm in easy cross-legged because I'm trying to keep creating that lovely space in the hips, but if it feels more comfortable to sit in any other seat, please do. But just try to really touch in with that spine, okay? So no matter where we're sitting, if we're sitting on the couch, if we're sitting on the floor, if we're sitting in easy cross-legged back on the heels, just notice if you're collapsing, okay? So I want you to consciously keep pressing the chest forward and gently leaning forward, and then seeing if we can suck the belly button in to engage those core muscles, and just keep tipping back in, not just in the 15 minutes today, but in general, just if you notice yourself sitting for periods of time, maybe every half hour, just check in and kind of try to readjust those muscles. So we're going to open the palms and then inhale the arms out, reaching up. Interlock fingers, press palms to the ceiling, and then exhale, press the palms forward and really stretch between the shoulder blades. We'll do that 2 more times. So a nice big opening stretch as we inhale, look up. Interlock fingers and then press the palms forward and release. One more breath here. And try to get those arms right back in line with the ears. And then exhale forward and release. Lovely. We're going to come straight on to hands and knees. So onto all fours in our tabletop. Shoulders over elbows over wrist. Elbow creases face forward. Spread the fingers nice and wide. And really press those hands into the ground so we feel a nice engagement in the shoulders. Knees are about hip width distance apart. Hips are stacked over knees. Tuck the toes under if you need a little stretch in the feet, otherwise we can flatten the feet out. We're going to inhale, draw the chest forward as we take the gaze up and arch the spine. Exhale, press into the ground, curl through the spine, take the gaze back to the belly. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, curl through the spine, really tuck that chin into the chest. So continue with your own breath. Maybe close down the eyes and just really enjoy that movement throughout the full length of the spine. Creating space, creating energy, lengthening as we breathe. So we're stretching into the heart, the belly, the spine, between the shoulders, the neck. So it's a lovely way of just creating a little bit of movement in our core and a nice little bit of energy within the body. And again, not getting too caught up on what it looks like, just enjoying that feeling, really exaggerate the movement. So just warming up a little bit into the body before we flow. And then coming back to stillness. In our tabletop, we're going to tuck the toes under, bring the hands forward to the front of the mat, or a little bit forward of the body. We're going to sit back toward the heels, rest the head between the arms, maybe press away through the heels and just get a nice little stretch into the feet, press away through the hands, get a nice little stretch between the shoulders. From here, we're going to press the finger pads and knuckles into the ground, gently hover the knees off the mat, lift the hips toward the ceiling, and then drop those heels down toward the mat. Into our downward dogs. We're pressing the ground away, we're drawing the chest toward the mat, gazes back toward the knees, maybe toward the belly, and we're just going to gently paddle out the feet, nice and easy, allowing opposite heels melt toward the ground. Relax the head, relax the neck, maybe give a little shake to remind it to relax. And again, just easing out the soft tissue in the legs here, so not forcing it, just nice and easy, paddling it out. Relax the breath. And then when you're ready, we're going to come to stillness. Look forward between the hands. We're going to gently walk away to the front of the mat, coming through a gentle forward fold. Just to let everything relax here. Belly rests on the legs, head, neck, arms, shoulders, fingertips trail toward the ground. Just feel that nice little release in the lower back and into the hamstrings. And then we're going to gently tuck the chin in and slowly roll our way all the way up to stand. Head comes up last. Lovely. Straight into our flow this morning. So we're going to meet at the front of the mat, feet nicely grounded, about hip width distance apart, hands to heart. Press the chest forward, sink the shoulders back, and again, just notice if the ribs are flaring. We're going to suck the belly button in until we can feel a nice little flatness into the front and back of that core. When you're ready, we'll inhale the arms out, reach it up, palms together, exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, gaze forward, hands to shins, nice flat back. Exhale, fold. Stepping right foot back to lunge, we're going to drop the right heel down. So back foot is parallel to the back of the room, left foot points forward. Bending into that left knee, we're going to engage the core to bring ourselves up into lunge. So with our warrior lunge, left heel is literally bisecting the arch of the back foot. And as we bend into that left knee, I want you to make sure that left knee is tracking over the middle toe, so it's not dumping to the right. If the hips are a wee bit tight, it has a tendency to slump in. We want to engage those glute muscles and get nice and strong in those quads. We're going to extend the arms out in line with the shoulders, palms down. Inhale here, really draw the belly button in. And as we exhale, maybe sink the hips a little bit closer toward the ground. Inhale, again, lengthen through the spine, draw those shoulders together. And exhale, sink. From here, we're going to inhale, lengthen through the front leg, bring the arms together overhead, palms together, gaze goes up. And then exhale, bend into the left knee, open the arms, warrior lunge. Inhale, lengthen and rise. Keep drawing the inner thighs together. Exhale, lower and lunge. We're going to continue this for a few more breaths to your own count. If you want to challenge the balance a little bit, we're going to follow the middle finger on that left hand with the gaze. So a nice moving point of focus. Only go as deep as feels good for you. So particularly if the hips are very tight or niggly, just go to a nice depth until you feel a gentle stretch and then strongly come out of it. So the movement in and out of the pose is equally important here. Nice, strong, controlled movement. Bringing those arms right back in line with the ears. So we're really engaging those shoulder muscles and opening up into the heart. Last one, wherever we're at, we're going to meet in our warrior lunge. Bending into that knee. We're going to place the right hand on the back leg. Inhale the left arm up, flip the palm. And as we exhale, we're going to reach the left arm to the back of the room, continuing to bend into the left knee. Try to draw that left arm back in line with the ear and maybe take the gaze over the right shoulder here. That right hand is just rested, so no pressure on the knee. For 3, for 2, and 1. Open those arms back into warrior, and then we're going to cartwheel both hands down either side of the left foot, coming on to the ball of the right foot. Resting that right knee down. We're going to keep the right hand where it's at and then inhale the left arm up toward the ceiling, opening the heart, getting into a nice little twist here. Taking the gaze up, we're going to bend the left elbow, bring the back of the hand to rest at the lower back. Use that connection to peel the heart open a little bit more, trying to get the chest almost parallel to the left side of the room. For 3, for 2, and 1. Left hand comes back to the ground. We're going to come off the right knee and gently step the left foot back to meet right. Back into our plank here. We're going to inhale and then exhale. Knees, chest, chin to the ground. Elbows in. Roll the heart forward. Untuck the toes. Press the feet into the ground. Lift the chest forward as we draw the shoulders back. Exhale. Tuck the toes. Press the ground away. Lift the hips. Downward dog. Walk it out nice and easy. And again, make your downward dog your own. If it's another movement that feels better for your transition pose, feel free to take it this morning. Keep lifting the hips, drawing the heels down, walk it out, keep it still, whatever works. We're going to inhale the right leg up, looking forward, stepping right foot into lunge. Again, in as many steps as you need, nice and controlled. Left foot to meet it. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up to center. Hands extended up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, gaze forward, hands to shins, nice flat back. Exhale, fold. Stepping left foot back to lunge, we're going to drop the left heel down this time. Keep that right knee bent, engage the core and bring ourselves up into our warrior lunge. Again, right heel bisects the arch of the back foot. Right knee tracks forward, bending into the knee so that ideally the back of the hamstring is parallel to the floor, but again, only go as deep as feels good within those knees. Extend the arms out in line with the shoulders, palms down. We're going to really draw the belly button in. And even as we engage the core, we'll feel an extra little release into that left hip. Keep magnetizing those inner thighs together as we inhale, and as we exhale, sink a little bit deeper into the hips. So we're inhale, lengthening the spine, engaging the core. And as we exhale, release those hips. Inhale, lengthen through the front leg. Bring the arms together overhead, palms together, gaze goes up. Exhale, extend the arms, bend the right knee, warrior lunge. Again, continue with your own breath. Keep drawing the inner thighs toward each other. So we're really engaging those hip muscles. Bending as deeply as feels good. Keeping that right knee stable. So keep checking in, it's still tracking forward and hasn't sunken in to the left. Again, if we want to challenge that balance, we're following the middle finger on that right hand with the gaze. Draw those arms right back in line with the ears. So we're really strengthening into those shoulders. Notice the breath. We're inhaling up, nice full breath through the nose. Exhale through the nose as we release into our lunge. 2 more. And again, just really mobilizing into the hips, but at the same time strengthening into the core and legs here. We're going to meet back in our warrior 2. Rest the left hand on the back leg. Continue to bend into the right knee. We're going to inhale, right arm up, flip the palm. And as we exhale, reach that right arm back to the back of the room. Left hand rests on the leg. Gaze goes over the left shoulder. Keep that right arm right back in line with the ear. Bending the right knee. Knee still tracking over that middle toe for 3. For 2. And 1. Extend the arms back into warrior. And then we're going to cartwheel both hands down either side of the right foot, coming onto the ball of the left foot. Rest the left knee down. Left hand stays on the ground. We're going to inhale, right arm up toward the ceiling, opening the heart nice and wide. Maybe take the gaze up. Really pressing that left hand into the ground. We're going to bend the right elbow, bring the hand to the lower back, and then gently use that connection to peel the heart open a little bit more as we take the gaze up for 3. Twist for 2. And 1. Right hand comes back to the ground. We're going to untuck the left toe this time. We're going to get a little bit deeper into the hips, not too deep. Walking that right foot to the very outside of the mat. We're going to bring both hands inside the right foot and come up onto the finger pads. See if you can keep that right knee stacked over the ankle. As we inhale, we're going to draw the chest forward, sink the shoulders back, and as we exhale, just allow those hips release a little bit more toward the ground. Allow the head and neck relax here. So we're inhaling, lengthening through the spine, sinking the shoulders back, and as we exhale, release the hips. We might even come down onto the hands here if it feels good, if it feels accessible. So where you want to feel that space is into the front of the left hip and into the right hip and glute. So just really releasing out any tension that we're holding within the hips. So again, if we've been sitting a lot, and likewise if we've been quite active over Christmas, you'll still find those hips are quite tight. So it's just one of those double whammies. Just creating that space, maintaining that space. Last breath here. We're going to bring the left hand to the center of the mat, right hand just above the right knee, and gently twist to the right. Just getting an extra little release into the spine and into the front of that left hip for 3. For 2. And 1. Right hand comes back to meet left. We're going to come onto the ball of the left foot, coming off the knee, gently stepping the right foot back to meet left, walking it out in our downward dog. So lifting those hips, pressing the ground away, noticing where the breath is at here. Notice if it's got caught up in the chest. I want you to really focus on drawing that breath deep down into the belly. And as you exhale, try to really engage those core muscles to press every last little bit of stale air and energy out of the body. We're going to come to stillness and then inhale the left leg up, looking forward, stepping left foot slowly into lunge, resting the right knee down, untuck the toe, and then walk that left foot to the very outside of the mat. Left knee is stacked over the ankle if possible, coming on to the finger pads, so nice and high here. Inhale, draw the chest forward, sink the shoulders back, and as we exhale, allow those hips release a little bit more toward the ground. Work with your own breath. Relax the head, relax the neck, maybe even give it a little nod to remind it to switch off a little bit here. So focusing here on releasing into the front of the right hip and into that left hip joint, a little bit into the hamstring. Again, if it feels good, you want to go a little bit more, we can flatten onto the hands. But just make sure you don't start to curl into the body here. So focus here as in releasing, not compressing. Last couple of breaths here. Every exhale, try to allow the body melt a little bit more toward the ground. We're going to bring that right hand to the center of the mat in line with the left foot. Placing that left hand just above the left knee and gently twisting the body to the left. We might press into that leg a little bit to draw ourselves a little bit more into that twist. Hold it here, but not the breath. For 3, for 2, and 1. Gently turning back to the front of the mat. Tucking the right toe under and lifting off the knee. Gently bring that left foot back to meet right, and slowly one last time, walk it out in a downward dog. Nice and strong, nice and flowy. Take any little movements that feel good within the body, maybe twist in our downward dog, maybe rock the hips side to side, looking out underneath opposite armpits, whatever feels good. Last little release into the body. And when you're ready, come into stillness. We're going to gently release down onto the knees. Untuck the toes, make a little pillow by piling one hand or one fist on top of the other. Rest the forehead here just for a moment this morning. Check in with where the mind, the body, the breath are at, and just allow them all to catch up with each other. And when you're ready, we're going to gently press the hands into the ground, tuck the chin into the chest. Slowly walk the hands back toward the knees as we come to sit back up onto the heels. And again, we can finish here. We can come back into easy cross-legged or any sort of variation that feels good for you this morning. And we finish like we started with 3 nice active closing breaths. So again, opening the palms, sit nice and tall, nice and strong. And then inhale the arms out, reaching up. Interlock fingers, press palms to ceiling. As we exhale, press the palms forward, release the breath, side out and let it go. We do that 2 more times. Nice big stretch as we inhale and then exhale, release. And then gently bring the hands to heart, press the palms together, close down the eyes. And just thank yourselves for creating a little bit of space in your morning to come to the mat, to look after yourself, to create some brilliant energy, and hopefully take that with you into the day ahead. And thank you for sharing your energy and your practice with me. Namaste.